What's going on again, my fellow slime hunters? Sorry for the super late magician class guide dropping. However, 4.3.0 just dropped a couple hours ago, and I read in the patch notes that changes were coming. So instead of making two videos on each subclass, I'm just gonna go ahead and make one for each with the new changes to them. So as always, we're gonna want a spell damage set with characters. With this character, you can either go for a destroy or harvest attribute orb. I personally have a destroy orb on here. Let's go ahead and talk about the skills now. Unique passives. Consume MP for explosive damage, and then orb power is like the more orbs that surround a character, the more damage they will do. Skill 1. Now I have some points in Magic Orb, but I wouldn't necessarily put it in there. That's just more so affects your basic attack. And other than that, I guess you can max out Experienced Adventurer, Focused Attack, and definitely want to max out Thunderbolt. Now, you could also max out Electric Field, but you really don't have to. But I would definitely unlock it so it can be one of the skills that you autocast. For skill 2, as always, you want to get Fatal Power if you need it, and Withstanding Power if you need it. Definitely max out Meteor. They still choose not to spell that correctly. It's still Meteo, but whatever. They're missing a whole letter there. So Meteor or Blessing. You don't have to max heal, but you can take it if you want to. And cooldowns are not going to really apply to this class too much because every time you use a skill, it cools down all your other skills. So it's just a constant mismatch of skill usage. Piercing damage for skill 3 and focus as always. If you need those, definitely max out Holy Laser, Charging Firebolt, and Unleashed Holy Laser because it's a large AoE skill with already a short cooldown, but again, cooldowns are not going to matter whatsoever. Unleashed is your bossing skill. And so what's going to happen with that is that's going to come out like a whole ton. And that's going to be, again, your super boss killer. Now, skill 4 is what makes the Spell Magician. And so we're going to read these passives here. So when the power orbs reach their maximum upon skill usage, they won't be consumed during Unleashed. As we already talked about Unleashed, it summons 5 small energy bolts and it shoots out to the highest HP target. And it's really good. And it, well, what does it say? Additionally, energy bolt will double its number and damage increased by 4,000%. Which is insane. Again, that boss killer is going to be insane. So, new to the class is the Magic Orb Bomber. Now, this used to be inactive, and it used to scale based off your attack speed, but this is a character that you don't use attack speed on. So they went ahead and changed that and made it a passive that kind of hovers over your shoulder, as you can see here, that little white ball there. And so what that does, it shoots out at the target closest to it, I believe. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, just whatever target's closest to it, and the attack speed of it is now based off your cooldown. So again, this character has crazy cooldown reduction, and that's going to be shooting out all the time. Skill Caster Mastery. If 5 or more wizard basic passives or orb passives, orbs are near enemies, available skills will cast automatically for 0.0 seconds, and that excludes rewind. This skill right here, Adept. So what they're doing in the new update is they're giving every character in some way the additional 3.5 maximum ignore defense stat, which is really nice, and cooldown times are reduced by 3.8 seconds during every skill or auto activation. So every time you auto activate or you use a skill manually, the cooldowns are going to happen. Where's this? Yep, so that's auto cooldown. So your character will literally just sit in the field and start attacking. Laser Party, really good skill. It's another good bossing skill because of extreme reinforcement laser party. And what this does is the more it attacks the same target, the more damage it will do. And rewind recovery, basically all your skills excluding this skill here. The cooldown is 5 times faster for 30 seconds, and it restores all MP for 50% per second. So I know I've done a lot of talking about, oh yeah, this does that, this does that. Let's go ahead and put it into motion here. So what you're going to see is a lot of stuff coming up on the screen here. And so, as you can see the meteor, you can see the electric field, you can see the laser party. So let's take a look at what is what, because they also changed how some things look. So let's take that off, right? Let's take off electric field, so we can actually see what's going on here. So again, this is without even pressing the auto button. And so when you do, so now I'm going to put it on auto, right? And now it's activated rewind. But as you can see, rewind is always going to be up, because every time you activate a skill, your cooldown, it cools down all the cooldowns of the skills or whatever. Sorry, I totally botched that. Every time you use a skill, you get a 3.8% cooldown. So that's going to be crazy, because rewind can just be constantly activated and constantly activated. And as you can see here, you have the orb, sorry, what is it called again? The magic orb bomber going to town over here. So you see, again, it's based off cooldowns. So obviously it's going to keep, bombarding the map with everything. And let's go ahead and put Unleashed Orb back on there. Unleashed Orb is that nice, cool purple, which is really cool because I don't think it looked like that before. That's a really neat class. And you see what I'm talking about at the top of the screen here, where everything is just stacking up, like the laser party passive. So let's talk about that real quick. Each laser party that attacks the same enemy will deal 200% additional damage and speeds up all cooldown times by 40%. So again, your cooldown is just ridiculous. And cooldown effect stacks with rewind recovery at a max of 200%. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it for this class. I mean, if you like just bombarding the map with skills and basically having no cooldowns, because that's that's legit what this class is, I mean, I think you're going to have a really fun time. This character is a pretty decent farmer, I'd say, for sure. Obviously, you still have to move around the map a little bit, because I don't think your meteors hit every inch of the map. But it definitely hits a good portion of the map. And is a great boss damage dealer. So, yeah, if you're looking to play any one of the mage classes, this one would probably be good for you if you like the skill spamming. Yeah, that's it. I hope this helped, and thanks for watching.